On a quiet summer night in 1912, the small town of Villisca, Iowa, went to sleep believing nothing could ever happen there. Children laughed in the streets, doors stayed unlocked, and neighbors trusted each other completely. But before sunrise, someone carrying an axe entered a white wooden house and left 8 people brutally murdered. More than a century later, nobody knows who did it. The Moore family had spent the evening at church. Josiah Moore, his wife Sarah, and their 4 children returned home smiling after a community event. 2 young sisters, Lena and Ina Stillinger, were invited to stay overnight. The town became silent as oil lamps dimmed across Villisca. Somewhere in the darkness, an unknown figure watched the house carefully, waiting for the perfect moment to enter. Just after midnight, the killer slipped inside without waking anyone. Room by room, the attacker moved through the house, carrying Josiah Moore's own axe. The murders were horrifyingly methodical. Each victim was attacked while asleep. Investigators later discovered strange details that made the crime even more disturbing. Mirrors covered with cloth, food left uneaten, and bloody curtains drawn shut as if the killer stayed inside long after the murders were over.
The blood is fresh.
When morning came, neighbors noticed something unusual. The Moore house was strangely quiet. Concern quickly turned into panic after Josiah's brother entered the home and stumbled onto a nightmare unlike anything the town had ever seen. Within hours, Villisca exploded into chaos. Crowds gathered outside the house while investigators struggled to control the scene. People walked freely through rooms, contaminating evidence before police even understood what they were dealing with. As fear spread across Iowa, rumors multiplied. Some believed a traveling serial killer was responsible. Others suspected a wealthy businessman with a personal grudge against Josiah Moore. One mysterious preacher became a major suspect after displaying violent behavior and disturbing religious obsessions. Yet every theory collapsed under scrutiny. Witnesses contradicted each other, evidence disappeared, confessions changed. The deeper investigators looked, the more confusing the case became. Then came one of the strangest twists. A suspect named Reverend George Kelly reportedly confessed to the murders after intense questioning. His confession described horrifying details that shocked the nation. But there was one problem. Many investigators believed the confession made no sense. Some details were inaccurate, while others seemed fed to him during interrogation. In court, the jury could not agree on his guilt. Kelly walked free, and the case spiraled back into darkness. Years passed, but the terror of Villisca never faded. Families locked their doors for the first time. Parents kept children close after sunset. Newspapers across America called it one of the most horrifying unsolved murders in the nation's history. Some investigators believed the killer may have committed similar axe murders across multiple states, disappearing from town to town like a ghost. Today, the Villisca house still stands in Iowa, frozen in time like a wound that never healed. Visitors claim to hear whispers in empty rooms and footsteps echoing upstairs long after midnight. Historians continue searching for answers, but the truth remains buried somewhere in the shadows of that house. More than 100 years later, America still asks the same terrifying question. Who walked through that door carrying the axe?